You guys,
I'm
you
staying
guys
up late.
catch the David Letterman finale?
No.
It was good. It was
I've never been a late
interesting.
night fan.
Didn't he talk about how Everlong was like this important song to him?
Yeah.
That was like the last song. That
Yes.
I actually
Yes.
missed that. That Foo Fighters had an
Really?
appearance right at the very end of the show.
So-
I skipped the Foo Fighters performance.
I watched
So,
that.
it went
That
to
wasn't
clips.
really...
This bothered me.
Okay.
Oh, this song's so important. Like he had like this whole build up and everything. Like the song like really means a lot.
Yeah.
Here are the Foo Fighters. They're gonna play it. Wow. Oh, I want
Yeah.
to see this. It's
Yeah.
really, it's
I know.
really like this means something.
Yeah.
Wow, really cool. And then they cut away from the Foo Fighters playing to like a video clip reel show thing, and it felt so fucking disingenuous.
Yeah.
When he had built up something of how it was so personal and meant so much to him. It was
That's
like this
exactly
means,
right.
them playing this means so much. Cut to them playing it. Cut away from
Cut away
them
from it.
playing it.
Yeah.
You
And
got to
just clips
see.
on top.
You got to see like 20 seconds of the Foo Fighters are in tuxedos. Oh, the first chords of the song started. Cut to like
Pictures.
Pictures.
A slideshow.
A slideshow.
A wedding slideshow.
of Dave's career, which I get it. The last show, it's about
But
Dave.
to never cut
Never
away
cut back.
once.
When the
I
whole
wanna
time-
see Pap
the
Smear.
whole time he built how important it was, and that this band meant something, and the song meant something, and to not show the band playing the song,
It was weird.
Was insane.
You know what
That
they
was
should have
weird.
done? Which is fucking common sense. Have that slideshow behind the band playing.
Yep.
And then cut to David Letterman, maybe. You don't see him again.
That's Paul. Hey, Paul McCartney live.
Yeah.
He does a tribute to George, and I've seen it aired. I've seen them air whatever the special, and they just go wide, and it's a whole backdrop pictures of
Because-
George.
The last thing you
don't cut
see
away.
on Late Night with Late Night with David Letterman is the Foo
clip show.
Fighters and then a clip show, and then that's over. You don't see him. He doesn't send it off. It was really
But
weird.
Howard's been talking about this for about a month on his show.
Yeah.
And he's been anticipating the weirdness that's coming on this last show because Dave is doesn't want to make a big fuss, just kind of wants to go away.
Yeah.
I mean, they're talking about like, is anyone ever going to even fucking see him again?
No.
Because he's going to move to some fucking log cabin in Montana.
There was an interview with him, Jane Pauley or whoever was interviewing him about his last day, and they were like, "Oh, so are you gonna keep the desk? Why do I want a desk? So it's beloved to you. I had sat at this thing for decades. I got desks. I'm fine." Oh, okay. And then they were like, "So I mean, are you gonna visit the studio and all that stuff?" Oh, it's likely I'll never be in this building again. What?
Yeah.
Oh, really? You're not gonna visit? Why? I've been here. Why? What good does it do? He
He's
was
not
like,
into the
Isn't this
sentiment."
valuable to you? I got to do it for so long. I don't. The one thing that he said that he did is in the last week of filming, when they would go to commercial, he's like, I would walk and kind of chill in a place that I didn't
Enjoy my
normally.
last moment.
He would go to a place he didn't normally. He's like, oh, I never go in that hallway. So when it got to commercial, he would kind of have his drink in there, just kind of looking around, like, oh, well, I didn't go in here very much, whatever.
Weird.
And then, he kind of just went from spot to spot during his job. He's like, outside of that, I've done, it's fine. I'm ready to move on.
Yeah.
Weird.
It's just interesting.
I think it's funny that, Derek, you watched the whole show except for the ending, and we all watched just that
the
ending.
ending.
I watched this.
Yeah, the
I watched none
show,
of it.
it was actually, I don't watch David Letterman, but it was entertaining. But it did have moments of sentimentality that were, they felt a little forced in there a little bit. But it's the last show, so.
Norm Macdonald
whatever.
cried the show before that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't
saw
see
that. I saw that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was pretty crazy.
Yeah. It was. Norm Macdonald was really funny.
Of all the people, I didn't expect him to.
That's what everyone said. It was
Yeah.
like no one saw that coming from Norm Macdonald.
But I guess he just holds him in such high regard for helping him jumpstart his career.
Yeah, he basically talks about why he was so important to him.
Yeah.
So it's cool.
And Norm is way, way smarter than a dog.
A dog. It's a dog.
There was an awesome interview I remember from a while back with Penn and Teller about they were on his show once, and they did this whole trick. The whole joke of it was that they do a magic trick that's really stupid. Really pathetic. Oh, is it this card? Yeah, it was. Whoop-de-doo. And it wasn't anything. Whoop-de-doo. They hype up. This trick's gonna piss you off. Okay. Is it this card? No. But I bet it was this one. Yeah, it was that one. Are you pissed? Not really that pissed. Okay, don't pick up your hat. And there's a hat on his desk, and when he lifts it up, cockroaches everywhere. All over him. And the story that they told was that David Letterman told them ahead of time.
Don't do that.
No, they were going to do a trick, and they're like, yeah, it's got something in it that's going to upset you. Like, they were trying to pitch him the trick.
Oh, yeah.
It's got something that's going to upset you, and David went, stop. What? I don't want to know. I don't want to know anything about it. I don't want to know what it is. I don't want to know anything
he
about
just
it.
trusted
and they're
him.
like, really? Are you sure? And he's like, yeah, I just want, you're going to talk me out of it, so I don't want to know anything. And just do it, and that'll be that. Okay. And so he left, and so then the crew comes in. Okay, so, all right, Dave's gone, so what are you going to do? And he's like, yeah, well, I'm going to have roaches the hat will be full of roaches. He'll pick it up. It's going to go all over him. There will be roaches in my suit. This is Penn saying this. I'm going to have roaches all in my suit. So that then when I go to shake his hand, he thinks he's away from the roaches. I shake his hand and it's it like he cannot escape roaches during this thing. And the crew was like, "Oh, we're killing it right here." And he's like, "He said do anything." Yeah, but that's where we come in and we're telling you don't do it. Oh, okay. David Letterman comes back in the room. Hey, don't tell them not to do anything. Tell them to do it. Don't listen to these fucking crew people. Do it. And they were like, okay. And they said it was miserable setting it up because the crew was just going, okay, I don't think it's a good idea, but set it up. Okay, can we put this on the desk right here? Yeah, I mean, I say no, but Dave's the boss, so yeah. I mean, he said it was the whole way up. It was just all naysayers everywhere. Anyway,
God.
so when they did it, they went to commercial, and Dave, they were like, hey, so going to shake his hand, like, oh, sorry, whatever. And Dave was, get the fuck away from me! Get the fuck away from me! And they were like, okay. So they cleaned up, and they said, and then it was like they helped us to our car, and then it was like, oh, do we not go? We don't go back in. I guess we just leave now.
Yeah.
Okay. And so they left, just like,
That was it.
should we not have done that? And they said that they felt bad the whole night, and then the next day, David Letterman called them. Hey, that went exactly how I hoped.
Oh,
Thank you so much. I'm so glad I didn't know about that. There was no way I would have.
So they had him back on.
Yeah,
after
yeah.
that.
Oh, yeah, yeah. It was.
I
it was
need to
big.
watch
Tons of
that.
people,
Yeah.
tons of people talk about how like they went on, like stand-up comedians had gone on and
Yeah.
fucked up,
Yeah.
like bombed or had
And
a
they
shit
never
set,
came
back.
and then didn't get called back again after
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. So anyway, I'm sure there's a clip of that on YouTube.
That's fucking.
I didn't
not
see
him
that.
yelling, "Get the fuck away from me." That was
No.
commercial.
I didn't know how his and Oprah's feud started. That's a really funny story.
Was it with the Oscars?
No,
Did start
it was
there?
at a restaurant, is what I read. This
Really?
could be incorrect, but I think I heard this on Reddit, so who knows? But it was they saw each other at a restaurant, like a hoity-toity expensive restaurant.
Yeah.
And then David Letterman skipped out on the bill and said, "Oh, Oprah over there is going to pay for it," and
I
she
heard
waved to him, and he waved back, and then he left.
like as a joke.
As a joke, but he didn't pay his bill, so she has stuck with the bill.
And then maybe before you meet someone, you should
That's
make that joke. That's
apparently
pretty
how the
funny.
feud started,
Oh, that's funny.
according to Reddit. So who knows? But
Well, I believe it.
I was reading a thing about him too, still on the subject of Letterman, that the one time that he was actually flabbergasted, like that he didn't know how to proceed with a guest. The only time it ever happened to him was Andy Kaufman.
oh,
really?
Andy Kaufman had that whole like wrestling thing
Yes,
or whatever.
yeah.
That came on, and David Letterman literally sat there. I don't know what to do.
Have you ever watched it?
No.
A long
I've
time
watched
ago,
it.
yeah.
You should watch it. It's weird.
It is weird.
It's weird.
Yeah, that he said like before, nothing before or since was like that. That was the only time as an entertainer I legitimately sat there. I don't know what to do now. I don't know. Like, I
That's
have
awesome.
I have no idea how to go to step 2 here. I don't know.
Hey, Sean.